Naruto was a show that brought in so many new concepts to the Shinobi world. Things like Ninjutsu, Genjutsu, Doujutsu, and tailed beasts were pretty much unfamiliar concept to the world. In any case, with these, the creator also cleverly incorporated some of the mythological elements that blew avid fans away. In today's video, we would be looking at the top most overrated abilities according to us in Naruto. Before we proceed, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel at the end of this video. Since Naruto as a series brought in many new concepts into the Shinobi world, it made the show so popular, with its popularity still rising even till now. However, there are debates in the fandom on which jutsus are the most overrated and overused. Let's now look at some overused jutsus in the Naruto-verse. Multiple Shadow Clone Jutsu or Taju Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. It was amazing how frequently this jutsu was used in the series despite it being forbidden. Even though it was one of the most common shinobi techniques, no one could match up to Naruto's level. The technique is a larger scale version of the standard shadow clone technique. Apart from the number of the shadow clones that are produced, there is no real difference between them. Making even a single shadow clone will require half of a user's chakra, for which reason the typical shadow clone jutsu is by and large generally only safe for Jonin. The multiple shadow clone technique is dangerous for most people other than the Hokage because of the high cost of chakra and the number of clones it creates. The first Hokage declared it forbidden and hid it in the Scrolls of Seals for this reason. Naruto Uzumaki is among the couple of exemptions for this standard, as a result of the sheer amount of chakra he has access to. Though few clones can be useful in different ways, the tremendous number of clones made for this technique are most of the time used for offensive attacks, overwhelming opponents with countless attacks from all around. Naruto additionally uses the multiple shadow clone technique while creating the wind release Rasengan, completing training that would have taken years in a matter of days. Although its usefulness in battle is remarkable, from distracting the enemy to processing information, it was still one of the overused jutsus in Naruto. Its disadvantages outweighs the advantages, as one who doesn't have enough chakra cannot use it, and it also easily weighs out the jutsu user. Fireball Jutsu. A fire-style jutsu that has been iconic to the Uchiha family for ages. Fire-style Fireball Jutsu or Katon Gokakyu no Jutsu is used mostly by the Uchihas throughout the series. By storing chakra in your mouth and then converting it into fire as you blow it out, this jutsu is made. The size and intensity of your chakra grow as you store more of it. It often leaves a crater behind, so most of the displays and practices are done near or over water bodies. The Uchiha's signature ability is Fireball Jutsu. It isn't realized who precisely made it, however, it is seen utilized even by Madara Uchiha, and that implies that it is an age-old ninjutsu. Since mastering this technique is a kind of rite of passage for Uchiha, it is necessary for them to learn it before recognized as one. Sasuke Uchiha is seen rehearsing this jutsu in the anime and utilizing it on various events. He also uses it even as a grown-up. His sibling, Itachi Uchiha, mastered the technique on his first attempt. During a competition, Obito Uchiha is also seen using this jutsu, albeit in a weakened state as a child. The effectiveness of this jutsu in battles were undoubtedly irreplaceable, but it was still one of the overrated jutsu in the series because it actually never kills anyone, and most of the times, the person being attacked dodges it, or if they do get hit, it doesn't really leave any destruction on the opponent. Chidori. Kakashi Hatake created the Chidori after he failed to use his lightning nature to the Rasengan. He only wanted the Chidori to be a weapon for protecting friends and family. To perform it, the user first gathers lightning to their hand. The high concentration of power creates a sound suggestive of many birds twittering, thus the name. The lightning chakra has been shown to occasionally peel and slightly smolder the user's hand, but this does not appear to be actually debilitating. Once the chakra is gathered, clients charge at their target and push the Chidori into them, puncturing them and commonly causing deadly harm. In spite of the sound it makes, the fast speed at which it's used makes it useful for assassination. Although Chidori is known for being able to cut through anything, it's an overrated jutsu when one considers the fact that it's very limited in the number of times it can be used in a day. And it also needs to be used with Sharingan at a high speed in a thrusting manner. Summoning Jutsu. The summoning technique allows the user to transport a target to their location. A prospective summoner must first enter into a contract with the animal and/or its species before the animal can be summoned. In the case of toads, the contract is written on a scroll that the summoner seals with their own blood and one of their fingerprints. The contract of the snakes is tattooed on Orochimaru's arms, which he smears with blood whenever he wants to summon them. A user can have contracts with various species, given that they've signed their respective contracts. As Sasuke Uchiha can summon snakes and birds of prey, while Konohamaru Sarutobi can summon toads and monkeys. Contracts remain active even after death, permitting those revived with the Impure World reincarnation to perform summons they've established when they were alive. The amount of chakra gathered in the hand determines the size and number of animals that are summoned. If too little chakra is offered, only a small, young animal will be summoned. By offering a large amount of chakra, multiple adult animals can be summoned simultaneously. Although summoning jutsu is quite useful, in my opinion, I think it's a bit overrated and overused. And this is because shinobis use it a lot, and some even have summoned animals that are quite useless. A good example was the summonings of the animal path of the pain. Some of the animals summoned were not useful, thereby rendering it a bit useless. Edo Tensei. During the 4th Great Shinobi World War, Edo Tensei was the only jutsu that was able to completely dictate and control the battlefield. All the joint forces of many shinobi from every one of the 5 hidden villages working closely together are completely halted in place through the sheer force of this jutsu. Kabuto Yakushi is the only person who uses Edo Tensei at the time. However, Edo Tensei is not his original technique. Tobirama Senju, the second Hokage, came up with it, but he quickly realized how dangerous it was and declared it a forbidden jutsu. That is up until Orochimaru discovered and perfected the Edo Tensei to its current state. The fact that the undead can utilize the same power as when they were alive is Edo Tensei's greatest strength. The undead are free to use any of their original abilities under the direction of the caster of the jutsu regardless of how bizarre or unique they are. The summon undead fight for an eternity thanks to their true undead body, unending chakra, and stamina. However, this technique has its own drawbacks that makes it quite overrated. When Kabuto casted the jutsu during the 4th Great Ninja War, he couldn't control all the undead shinobis at once. Also, he couldn't fight at the same time whilst controlling the jutsu, that's why he hid himself to avoid attack. Any undead shinobi with high willpower can break free from the hold of the caster. For example, Madara, Itachi, and Hanzo broke off from the control of Kabuto. And after these undead shinobis are brought to life, they are not exactly robots and are free to do whatever they like. For example, Chiyo tells the Alliance about Hanzo's weakness, who was supposedly her ally in the undead. These and many other reasons give me the opinion that indeed Edo Tensei Jutsu is quite overrated. Dust Release. Dust Release is a nature transformation Keke Tota, a mix of earth, wind, and fire. To perform Dust Release, clients structure a little 3-layered object out of chakra in their hands. For example, a 3D square, a cone, and so forth. After being released by the user, the object expands and moves at its targets incredibly quickly. On a molecular level, everything that passes through it or is passed through by it breaks down. Dust Release's users typically have an advantage in combat and are able to easily defeat a large number of adversaries due to its sheer destructiveness. Consequently, the most ideal way to battle one Dust Release user is with a second Dust Release user. Dust Release technique feels very much overrated even though it has massive destruction powers. This technique appears to require a specific amount of time spent on preparations, making it impossible to prematurely hold the technique before it's completed. Interfering with the user's arms can actually hinder the techniques because the hands also play a crucial role in the preparation. Dust Release technique appears to be rather taxing on the user's chakra. Amaterasu. Amaterasu causes black flames to appear in the user's field of vision. Most of the time, this makes Amaterasu impossible to avoid. However, after the jutsu has been cast, extreme speed techniques can be used to avoid or intercept it. Amaterasu, also known as the fires from hell, burn anything, including other flames, until nothing remains but ash. It is said to be as hot as the sun itself. Some objects in the series like Gaara's chakra-infused sand and Naruto's version 1 chakra cloak have shown some degree of resistance to the flames. Amaterasu cannot be extinguished by most conventional methods and will continue to burn until their target is completely destroyed. Fitting their description as never-ending and immortal, the fire can only be put out by the user. When this method is used, it puts a lot of pressure on the person using it, eventually causing their eye to bleed. Even though the user can focus on the Amaterasu and cause it to burn objects almost immediately, the normal burn rate of Amaterasu is fairly slow. This allows the target to remove the burning clothing, or if it's too late, the burning body parts before it spreads. Some other defensive options including pushing the flames away, absorbing them, using a certain space-time ninjutsu, or being the Genjutsu of the 10-tailed beast. Although Amaterasu can serve as an impenetrable defense, it can however be sealed away. These reasons make this jutsu quite overrated in our books. Do you agree that these jutsus are overrated? Are there any jutsu you feel are overrated and should have been in the list? Do let us know in the comment section below. You can also watch our video on top 10 forbidden jutsus in Naruto. Thank you for watching.